Hello, beautiful Sagittarius. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Sagittarius, this is your monthly read for March of 2023. And we're going to start with an overall energy here, an overall like foundational message, foundational energy. How to really guide you, how to really inspire you, like really what's going on for the month of March as a foundation, and then go deeper into that energy. I also want to tell you that I do offer personal readings at this time. Don't know how long I will be doing those, but I am doing them right now for a moment, for a while. So if you're interested in a personal reading, please send me a message. You'll find the address, my email, in the description box down below. And also please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really helps me a lot. What do we have for Sagittarius, please? The Dolphin card. Don't worry, be happy. Whoever was the guy that's saying that. Look at this, Sagittarius. So I'm seeing someone is a little bit feeling a little bit closeted or boxed in or locked in, or just not really feeling the feeling of freedom, or feeling. And Sagittarius, you're all about freedom, or you just really love your freedom. This dolphin card is, you know, dolphins, if we just talk about dolphins, they are the most gorgeous, happy, wise, witty, playful species you will ever find. Like, they're so, I just love them, I just adore them. And it is a dolphin card. So it's like there's an underlying feeling here that this is what you want, Sagittarius. You want to have that playfulness. You want to have that. Just think of the dolphins as they sort of just cruise through the ocean, like just feeling completely free and doing little jumps and whatever. And then I see this Sagittarius is standing on this huge, it's almost like a seashell, but it's like the largest seashell you ever saw, which is asking you to really pay attention, or to really listen to what is going on in your surroundings, or in your environment right now. Because we have all these bubbles up top here, and each and every one of those bubbles contains this bird, probably an eagle or something like that, like a big, beautiful bird. And each, do you see, like every single bubble here contains one of those birds. So they're not free, they're inside the bubble. So I just feel like there's something about Sagittarius at this moment. You're not feeling like abundant or free or capable of going where you want to go. And underneath it is the dolphin. The dolphins, they're playing and having fun and doing what they want, jumping up and down in the ocean, being so playful, being so childlike. And it's there, and you want it to be there, but you're just not really having any of that right now. So I don't really know what's going on with you, Sagittarius. It's a little bit tough. It can also be that you're asking for connection on the other side. Like there's a wanting to connect to the other side, whether that is with the loved one that has crossed over, or whether that is like just other dimensions or your guides in general. You feel like you just want to reach out to something that is on the other side, but it's like it's a far stretch. It feels like it's unattainable. Is that how you say it? It's untouchable, like you can't reach it. It's inside of these bubbles, so it's like you don't have access to it. So there's something inside you feeling like you can't connect, or you can't access, or you can't come in contact with whatever it is you want to come in contact with. This can be even your inner being, but not really. It's more like a guide, lovers, loved ones that has gone over to the other side. Okay, going deeper into this message, what do we have for Sagittarius here, please? Wow. Yeah, you're definitely going through something. You're overcoming something. There's been an obstacle here. There's been a hurdle here. We have 5 on the table, and numerology wise, that is heavy. That is heavy energy, and that is like obstacles that you feel like something's in your way, or like there's been a little bit of a struggle to move forward. And we have this is my like don't sweep things under the rug stuff. So maybe you've been trying to hold things down for a while. You've been trying to just keep like, this is not that bad. This is okay. I don't have to talk about it. I don't have to deal with it. Like that's going to work out later. Or just really trying to be positive around the situation where it feels like it doesn't really gets resolved. And so maybe the tendency is to just sort of trying to like brush it off you and not really deal with it, or like even even hiding it a little bit, like literally hiding it a little bit. I'm thinking about this person. I'm thinking about this person that was struggling so much financially, and she was really like here in Sweden. I don't know what that would be the equivalent of. Like, just if you can't pay your bills, here, you're going to get sort of a reminder that, okay, you now need to come in with this money. And if the money still doesn't come in, there's this place where you can send, like the companies will send, like, now you be in charge of this, and you really come in harder for the people to really pay their bills. And there's going to be a fee for the fact that you haven't paid. And it's just getting tougher and tougher. And if you still don't pay, you end up at this place where you get sort of a marker it's like such a mental thing that you get a marker in the register of like, you cannot pay for yourself type of, so whatever loan you're trying to get in the future, whatever, like you can't really get it because you have the marker there, and it's going to stay there for a couple of years. I know of people that, and even like the specific person that I'm thinking about that I've been working a lot with, who came to a point where she was like, she'd just given up so much about the financial stuff, the economics of her life altogether, that she's just given up on even opening her mail, because it was just such a letdown that she knew that like, it doesn't matter if I open this bill or open this mail or not, because I know I'm not going to be able to pay. So she started literally to just hide out the letters, just to hide the bills, and they started to stack up. And that is like, I'm not saying that this is to the degree of this, but it might literally be that you're trying to hide something away, thinking that just because you're hiding it away, it's not going to show, and then if it doesn't show, it doesn't, and that's partly true. It's partly true that if you could actually, if there's an incoming mail, there's a bill in the mail, and that, or at least the bills piling up together with the finances you have on your bank account is not a match. For a fact that right this moment, it's less on the bank account than what whoever wants you to pay the bill wants you to pay the bill. And so a suggestion is put yourself in a better position before you open the bill. I mean, it's somewhat good to actually sweep it under the rug, to actually just hide the bill away, because in opening, the worst thing you can do is to hate the fact that you don't have any money and really feel lackful about it, feel like you don't have enough, and probably beat yourself up a little bit about it, feeling really, really bad about the fact that you don't have money, and then open the bill and see you're about to, you should pay even more. That's the worst case scenario. Here is like, don't sweep things under the rug. And if this is not, have nothing to do with money, this might be a relationship. You're dealing with a relationship right now, whether this is a family member you're dealing with, whether this is a romantic partnership, a friendship, that there are things that needs to be said, or there are things that needs to come up, and we need to clear this out. Like, we need to clear the air here, because it's clear the air here, because it's making you sick. It's actually causing a big imbalance that we're not bringing it, like because we can all feel it, something's off, you know, and then we just try to push it down or not talk about it or work on it on our own. Facing those things or having a conversation where you're the most agitated or the most irritated or the most pissed off is not the time to have the conversation. It's time to have a conversation when you have gone off in a different room and cooled off and are trying to visualize a situation or a conversation that's going to go really well, or at least is neutral. But as you start to plan for things to say to this person, or as you start to plan when you open these bills, or when you, like anything, what this is about, when you're in a situation and you try to push it away, or you don't want to face it right now, but you then don't do anything about your emotional state, that thing you just pushed away is only going to get worse, because now you just feel like that's not going to go away just because I hid the bills. They could, if you actually started to rework that whole, okay, I'm going to put myself in a situation where I'm actually feeling at ease, or feeling more in balance, or feel that I could take care of one of those bills. I can take care of one of those bills. I can. So in fact, I can pay a bill. And like, if you just start to bring yourself, or like if this is a conversation that needs to be had with someone, to not plan for the worst case scenario, but to plan for the best case scenario. Like, okay, I'm going to talk to them and I'm just going to pay attention. I'm going to listen and I'm going to, you know, and it might actually work out. Who knows? It could actually work out. And just start to talk yourself into a place where it's like, where you've calmed down, or where you feel like in a good position. Then call your friend, then talk to your romantic partner, then talk to a family member, then open the bill, you know? And there's something here, you've probably been struggling for a while in this situation, whatever this is for you. Sagittarius, did we have this last week as well? Or not last week, but the last time that, your last reading, was that you, Sagittarius, that you were struggling for a bit? And I think it was, wasn't it? That I don't like recognize my usual Sagittarians, because you're usually so light and bright and fluffy. And I'm not saying it's wrong to be all of this, like the opposite of it. It's just that it's not that common. It's not something I recognize in you. So it's not just a typical wave that we all are living. Like sometimes we're up on the wave and then sometimes we're down. And because we're down doesn't mean that things go south and we get depressed, or things are just completely out of order. It's just a wave, you know, it's just life. But this is something else. This is when we have gone deeper. This is when you've gone inwards and you've had a little trouble to come out and gone like into hermit mode, and maybe even shut some people out, wanting to just be by yourself and deal with certain things. And this card is saying, like, you don't have to go through this alone. You really don't have to stay there alone anymore. And maybe this is the first time in a long time that you're sort of coming out of hermit mode, or coming out of solitude, from feeling like you just want to be on your own or by yourself, or you don't want to, like, you just don't even want to interact with other people because it feels like they don't really fully understand, or it's like a situation where you just don't, it's just not meeting your standards of what you need right now. So it's sort of easier to just be on your own than try to explain yourself to other people, or explain yourself to whatever situation is going on, because it's just draining. And this is now saying this might be a little bit of a turnaround here. They're starting to feel like you're coming out of the cold, or coming in from the cold, and that you don't have to go through this alone. There actually is help or guidance or like inspiration that can come in and help you. And then we have Two of Ariel, which is a balancing act all on its own. So this might even be that this is how you felt. I mean, Two of Ariel is not bad. It might just be that you're a little bit overworked. You've taken on a little bit too much. It might be an emotional overload, mental overload, physical overload, however this is. And it's so important, this, like this card says, it's so important to have balance in all of it. If there's a little bit too much on your plate, or you've been stressed out, or working with a situation where you have been quite like just left to your own and not really wanting to invite other people, there's a figuring out of life right now. I just feel like this is probably a very existential place for you, Sagittarius. It's like a situation where you just don't, this is not about organizing your desk. This is not about cleaning out your closet and how to do so. This is not, it's not even should I approach this job, or should I leave or stay in this relationship, which could feel like quite existential questions and situations. I just feel like this is an existential situation where you really question your position in life. And I know that's very deep and maybe a little bit dramatic, but I feel like that's what's coming up. Like you're just, there's no connect, like you're standing in the midst of all this fun and life and even, you know, other dimensions and, you know, the playfulness and the all of it. And there you're in the midst of it and you're just not having any of it. You're just not feeling it. And maybe it feels even like you're trying to juggle like all of it at once. You're trying, like we have the yin yang symbol there with the infinity sign. If we can focus. There you go. I have the infinity sign there with the, the yin yang symbol with the infinity sign sitting on top of it. And you're just trying to balance the situation that you're in. And that is a good thing. Like, it's a good thing that you're trying to balance it. I just feel like cut out whatever you don't, like, it's almost like do a little bit of a, what is that called in inventory? Like a little bit of an inventory situation. Like they do in all the stores. They do an inventory, have a whole day, and they shut everything down because they're going to count every single thing that's in there. To just see just see the balance, what's in here, what's going on. And I just feel like maybe, even though you've been in hermit mode, or it feels like you've been in hermit mode for a while, even though you've been there, it feels a little bit like if you can check in with yourself, even more so, like really check in with yourself. Like, what's going on? What do you want right now? And to try to work on that balance and whatever sort of overload or overwhelming situation you're in, or if there's such a thing in your life, to just try to cut that out, at least for right now, to find a more happy medium or a more happy balance right now. Can we clarify this? Or what else do we want here for Sagittarius, please? Healing begins. And I'm going to read from the card. I'm going to read from the book. Healing begins. How beautiful is that? So you're coming out of this hermit mode. You don't have to go through this alone. And the healing begins. Number 6. Where is the, there you go. Little bit of tea. Okay. Sagittarius, as we say in French. Let the healing begin, Sagittarius. Number 6, love and harmony. It's like you're coming in, look at that. It's like you're coming out of the like big blankets or curtains, or like, it's like time to open the curtains and like come out again. Like, oh, it's a little bit bright. Like, I don't know if I want to be part of this place. Keywords to this card is release, heal, assistance, and hope. The energies around you now are guiding you toward a better place concerning dealings of the heart. These energies bring new information, new ideas, and new people to you. They will assist you in evaluating your current situation and help you improve it. Even good situations can be made better. What are your hopes and dreams around relationships? Be comforted that you're being moved in their direction now. This is a time of healing, a time to let go of past issues and move steadily forward. Better times are just around the corner. The letting go may include difficult relationships, the need to control, the fear of being alone, or anything else that's causing stress and unhappiness. By releasing them, you free yourself to embrace the supportive energy around you. Allow it to carry you onward and let the healing begin. So there is a situation that has been quite heavy for you, Sagittarius, and it is asking you now to whatever has been holding you back, and it's easier said than done sometimes, but whatever has been holding you back, you just really start to let that go and let the healing begin. We're going to see what the angels wants you to know. Some final advice, final inspiration for the Sagittarian collective. Be assertive. And I'm usually just drawing one card, but it feels like one more. It's really, we had first day of spring yesterday. And today it's just heavy in snow. Okay, not the right time. Not the right time, and be assertive. So just because you're doing this, Sagittarius, just because you're doing that, just because you pull up the curtains, you get dressed, you take that shower, you come back into life, you start to it might not be that heavy, but if it is that heavy, I hear you and I give you a hug. Or if it's just, you've been dressed for a while and you've taken some showers and you've even been out amongst people, but you just sort of interact again and come in again. It doesn't mean that you have to be like a full-blown extrovert overnight and never, probably, maybe never. But you don't have to, that's not the path. It's just saying let the healing begin. You're opening up again and you're sort of coming back. But it's still not the right time. It's still not, just take your time, Sagittarius, to find yourself. Really take your time to find yourself. And then be assertive. Stay the course. Know what you want. Know where you're going. Just be assertive and you'll get where you want to go. Which is, it feels like finding home again. We have two fives on the table there. And it's a lot of obstacles and it's a lot of challenges to overcome. But it's also a great opportunity for change. And that's doubled up. We have 2 fives there. So it's a double opportunity for change here. So just stay the course and be assertive, and you're gonna be in dolphin mood before you know it. Sometimes I think we just need to hear that or feel that it's okay to be down there on the bottom. It doesn't mean that you haven't come very far, or that for a while there, many years actually, I was just really putting myself down for not, for understanding so much, but still not being able to implement it in my life. And then really beating myself up for not being able to implement it. So kind, So just take your time, and whatever you're doing here, Sagittarius, whatever you're coming back from, you might feel like that should be over by now. Well, should it if it's still here? Just allow for yourself to have this process, and you're gonna find yourself feeling at peace again eventually. Okay? I'm sending you a big cyber hug here today. That's what I have for you, beautiful Sagittarius. Take care.